Hey guys, and welcome to Stressless Saturday. Sorry about the delay, but you know what? We're here. It was an epic morning for me this morning, so I just was busy giving some value to some people that were asking some questions about training and all that sort of stuff. So basically, what I want to say is that first of all, I want to discuss the topic nutrition confusion. What do I mean by that? So nutrition confusion is basically you're going to hear all these massive terms like macronutrients, micronutrients, calories, BMR, TDEs. You're gonna hear these terms and you're gonna flip out. You're gonna not understand, is this the right thing for me? Is it the wrong thing? What are these terms and how are they gonna benefit me? Do I need them? When do I use them? So all these questions will come to mind and you'll start freaking out. And it's completely normal, right? Like not everyone has a scientific background or a nutrition and health and fitness background, but we all have a goal in mind. So we all want to achieve something and we just don't know how to do it. Some people out there might don't know, but it's for the broader range of people. You don't know how to do it, right? So realistically, what I'm talking about now is you've got a goal. You've already set your goal. You've got your mindset. You feel pumped. You feel empowered, and then you hear about people talk about 80-20 rule, and what's more important, nutrition or fitness, or the workout, whatever it may be. You hear people talk about it, and all you understand now is that you just got to eat healthy. So what does eating healthy mean? So eating healthy means that looking at food first of all as not good or bad, watching what you eat, certain amount of portion controls, all these big terms that you might not necessarily understand. Now, when I started out, I had no idea that nutrition was even important. I just knew that I had to eat because I was hungry. Obviously, when I got myself to 175 kilos, at that point, I had to reassess and think to myself, well, you know what? You're not eating because you're hungry. You're actually eating because you're bored or whatever it may be. So there was a bit of a mindset shift there. But anyway, so what I did was I started training hard, and maintain my existing eating habits. I realized I'd get results after, a month or 2 months. Whereas the guys around me were getting results much quicker than that. They were getting results in 3 to 4 weeks. They were losing weight or they were doing whatever, getting fitter. And so I asked myself, obviously nutrition is an important component. Let me do some research about it. Now, first thing I typed in, as a youngster, I can't remember if Google was around, but I think it was at the time. It was either Google or Ask Jeeves. So I punched it into a search engine, and all these articles about bodybuilding and doctors and nutrition and fat burning. And obviously, when you see that fat burning title, you're like, wow, that's what I want. So I'm going to click on this link. So I clicked on that link, and they're talking about calories, macronutrients, proteins, and all that jazz. And I'm like, what's a protein? I just see people have shakes. Maybe that's what they're referring to. Obviously, I need more protein shakes. And so the best thing that I did, there was trial and error, but I wasted a lot of time. And now if you're not going to get results quick and you're not going to see changes straight away, you're most likely not going to be motivated and you're going to bounce back to how you used to be, right? So the only way I overcome that issue was that I actually had to do my own research, ask the question and ask for support and say, hey guys, why is nutrition important? What is healthy eating? What are these macronutrients? Once I did my own research, I came up with my own formula, as you guys will have seen in 35 Day Dan. The formula is very flexible, but the results are guaranteed for a specific reason. If you follow process X, Y, you're going to get results Z. So that's exactly the same formula that I'm using a couple of years ago when I was 175 to get down to the weight I am now is exactly the same formula that's in the program. And now the reason that I'm trying to help you guys for the nutrition confusion component is that eating healthy doesn't necessarily mean just chicken, just broccoli. Healthy, just because I have the label on there doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. Eating healthy is a category. So it's a category of 3 things that I believe. The first thing is sugars, fats, and all those like takeaway, fast food. You get those fried food. So it's the sugars and the fats and all the I'll call them all the not so good, because I don't want to put a negative spin on nutrition. I don't want the food to be good or bad, but the minimal cheat meals that you should be having. So for example, if you're knocking down, 2 liters of ice cream a day or 2 kilos of ice cream, and you've been training for 9 months and you really have minimal knowledge, although people will talk about flexible dieting, but that ice cream is not really doing you favors. You could really substitute that for something else, like a piece of fruit, or, you can make yourself like a sorbet or whatever it may be. So something a little bit less calorie dense. And so that's the second topic in the category. It's the calorie density of food. Now, food is not good or bad. It might taste good and taste bad, but it's not good or bad. It's all about the amount of calories that you're putting into your body, right? So first of all, calories is the amount of energy a certain type of food gives you when your body deconstruction. So calories is how we potentially how scientifically you weigh your food. Your body weighs your food. So for example, you will see, flip over a jar of Nutella and you'll see that there might be calorie information, might be 180 calories per serving. That means your body is going to store 180 calories from this particular type of food. Or on the flip side, you need 180 calories to burn that type of food, right? So with that basic fundamental knowledge that whatever you put into your body is going to tally up and add up to a number, which this number is referenced as calories. If that calorie percentage meets your goal requirements, then therefore you can eat whatever you want. And that's how flexible dieting got invented. So basically what I'm saying is now, the nutrition confusion, don't look at food as healthy, good or bad. Look, the first bit of advice that I can give you, sorry, the third topic in the category is the proteins and fat. So your macronutrients, they're a massive, they are the fundamentals, the frameworks to any success. I'm not going to lie to you there. Micronutrients also work hand in hand, but macronutrients, your three fundamentals, your proteins, your fats, and your carbohydrates. When you flip over nutritional labels, you'll see those three things listed at a minimum. There might be other things like your sugars, your fibers, saturated fat, trans fats, this, that, and the other, but most likely you're definitely going to see protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Now, these are how we as fitness professionals determine what the amount of macronutrients you need to achieve a certain goal. So with those three categories, my immediate solution to you guys out there is keep a food diary for the existing food. I don't want you to weigh your food. I don't want you to do anything. I just want you, there's a worksheet if you guys want to reach out, I can hand out to you. I want you guys to look at exactly what it is that you're eating right now. So start with Sunday or start with today, for example. What did I have for breakfast? I had eggs. I had a Dan cake. So for those of you who don't know, I had oats, eggs, cinnamon, peanut butter, and chia seeds mixed up together. Dan cake, magic. So I had magic for breakfast. Then for lunch, I'm most likely going to have whatever's in the fridge that I've according to my plan. So probably like a salmon salad with some rice cakes or whatever it may be that's on my plan. But that's just my lifestyle right now. So if I wasn't on a plan and I was out there with you guys right now, I would look at what I'm currently eating. So for breakfast, I might have, some cereal, some Cocoa Pops, some cornflakes, whatever it may be. I'll have that, with some full cream milk, and then put that down as breakfast. Then you move on to lunch or you move on to your snacks. You know what? I'm getting a little bit hungry. I woke up early. It's 5 o'clock. I'm not really going to wait till 1 for lunch. So I might have a piece of fruit. I might have a banana, or, I might have a frozen yogurt or some sort of a yogurt, sweet yogurt, whatever it may be. Don't be afraid to write it down, because what that's going to do for you is that's going to build just a food diary, and it's going to give you a list of what healthy eating looks like. Now, touch wood, if you guys are currently healthy but just a little bit overweight, that can be fixed. What I want to try to get across is that you're already surviving with the amount of food that you're eating now. So you're already doing at least 80% of the work. What you just need to learn is that 20% of portion control, understanding how much to eat of something, and, understanding what types of food to eat at when, to aligning that with your goal. So you guys are already eating, per se, healthy-ish because you're alive. So the first solution to the problem of nutrition confusion is write a food diary of the existing food that you have. Now, what that does, like I said, gives you a holistic view, visually on one piece of paper, what it is you consume on a regular basis. And I can guarantee you guys that within the first 5 minutes of looking at it at the end of day 7, you're going to automatically see, wow, do you know what? I've had too much corn chips this week, and my weight is actually, has actually crept up about 300-400 grams or whatever. I might just, next week I might just cut out the corn chips for 2 days. And what you'll start to notice is straight away you'll be making healthy choices, per se, to what you should and shouldn't eat based on, what you already know. And again, feel free, guys, to reach out and say, hey, Dan, this is my food diary. What do you recommend? I can say, you're actually consuming a little bit too much sugar, and therefore that's why you might be feeling a little bit down, or you might be feeling hyperactive on Wednesdays, or, you're not performing at sport on Saturday because you're not having enough fuel on the Friday night, whatever it may be. So that's the first thing that I can always recommend. If you guys want to get a little bit more advanced, feel free to download either my app or the MyFitnessPal app and start doing some calorie tracking. So what that will do is you can turn around and say, I had I had cornflakes for breakfast. I had 1 serving of cornflakes. Wow, that's actually whatever it may be, 250, 300 calories. And then I also had some full cream milk with that. Wow, that's 60 calories there. So all of a sudden, my total amount of calories that I can consume for the day is a minus 360, and it makes you a little bit more conscious of what you're eating, right? So you might, on a regular, pump down like I used to do it quite often. I used to think those Arnott's biscuits, the really dry ones, Arrow biscuits, I think they're called, just the plain Jane, no cream, no chocolate biscuits weren't too bad because there's no cream and they're really dry. So I used to go for like half a tub or half a box, one of those packets, half a packet, and then all of a sudden I'm like, hold on, well, the weight's coming from somewhere. It's obviously not coming from because I've skipped a gym session. Maybe it's coming from this half a packet of Arnott's biscuits that I'm pumping a night. And then you look at the calorie information. Well, back then I had no idea. I just cut it off and naturally noticed that the results were that the weight was going down. So I looked at the calorie information and I was like, wow, these Arnott's biscuits are actually like slamming my calorie count. I would rather have, like 5 chicken wings, or I might have, a steak instead of these half a packet of Arnott's. Yes, sometimes I like to graze and all that, but I'd rather make my own blueberry ice cream, the blueberry sorbet that I've got a recipe for. And so you start making conscious decisions, and the confusion becomes, all of a sudden your mindset changes and there's clarity. And all of a sudden you notice, now, hold on, well, I'd rather not have those 2-3 pieces of chocolates or a muffin. I'd actually rather have an entire meal for that calorie value. And what you'll tend to do is you'll notice massive changes, and you won't be as confused. Yes, the scientists and the fitness professionals out there can turn around and say, but you need macronutrients, you need this. But as a beginner or even an average person, you don't need to know how many macronutrients and micronutrients and all this sort of stuff. That's why there's fitness professionals out there for us that generate, like myself, that generate plans to say, stick to these numbers. If you stick to them, you're going to get these goals. You're going to get toned. You're going to get ripped. You're going to get the strength that you've always wanted. You're going to get bigger. You're going to get smaller, whatever it may be. That's our job. You do you and just live life to the fullest, because you've only got one shot, right? So you might as well maximize and really just take it all in and just enjoy it. You don't want it to be a burden. You don't want to do something that you don't enjoy for 6 months of the year or whatever it may be, because of either A, you're confused, or B, it's just not working for you. Make it work. Enjoy the process along the way. And I think that's where majority of the confusion comes from. Even when I was trying to lose weight, it was so difficult for me to understand the nutrition component, the nutrition elements. I didn't want to sit there and read books and theses and articles about nutrition and protein synthesis and all these massive words that I had no idea what they meant. And I didn't know how to use them. And I'm not going to just go and try something because A, I'll waste time, B, it's going to waste money, and C, I don't know if it's going to work for me. So guys, lastly, what I can say is, when you're eating something, if you have 10 seconds, spin it around and have a look at the nutritional label. Australia have put laws in place now to mandate that every bit of food item, I think in supermarkets or whatever, I'm not too sure about the law, but they have to have some sort of nutritional information. This is for your own benefit. I know it might look like you're reading hieroglyphics, but have a look at it, suss it out, and you know what? Worst case scenario, even if you don't know what you're reading, at least get into the habit of doing that, because then what will happen is you understand types of food. So for example, hold on, meat is quite high in protein, and you know what, rice and pasta and potato chips are quite high in carbohydrates and fat. So you might be like, okay, well, hold on, if I heard Dan say on this webinar that I might need some more protein. I think cream cheese has protein. I might just add some cream cheese to my diet, and that'll elevate my protein levels, and you will naturally progress into the healthy eating lifestyle. So guys, without further delay, I do apologize for taking up this much time on your weekend. It's an epic topic. I have a nutrition background, so I love talking about nutrition, and it's really one of my favorite things to talk about. As always, guys, I hope you have a nice weekend. I'm glad the rain stopped in Sydney now. It's a bit of a hot day. I mean, look, I'm already flustered just talking because I'm so pumped and I'm so energetic. So guys, have a great weekend. Stick to the plan, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday for Ask Dan. For all my clients out there, on the Sunday, update your progress. We're going to start seeing some massive results. We're coming into summer, so I'm going to change the workouts a little bit and tune it up so you guys get the toned, ripped, and unbelievable body of your dreams. So till next time, catch you guys later.